Hi, Southwest Florida. Welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. And of course, I be Lee Pitts, the guy with the name on the mug. And it's so thrilling for me to have my name on this mug at this particular location, the Youth Relations Center, which is a part of the PAL program, the Police Athletic League, located right out here in Shady Oaks in East Fort Myers. Fabulous guest lineup will be coming here in the coming weeks. And we're just so honored to be hosted out here by my good friend Keith White, the program coordinator for this particular facility. It's a really nice facility. You got to check it out, and we'll show you some footage. We have a fabulous show in store for you today. Get a chance to talk to him. The guy I just mentioned, Keith White, is here. Also, we get a chance to talk to Katrina Hood. She'll be here with one of her fabulous guests. And Tamika Seaton, a new host of Grow Your Nonprofit. We'll get a chance to find out about her upcoming segment on Lee Pitts Live. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back. All right, Southwest Florida, welcome back. Big shout out to my man Skinny Sean. Be sure to check him out with Ice Baths on Chunky Sunday out there at Clemente Park. Speaking of Clemente Park, I got a gentleman here who's no stranger to all the parks in the area. He's a parks and recreation guru, my good friend and brother of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, Keith White. Welcome. Good to get you here, Keith.
Hey, welcome, Lee, to the PAL facility. I appreciate you having me on.
Man, when I see you with that PAL on your hat, that PAL on your chest, I know you're in the right place, because whenever we see you, you're dealing with the youth. From the first time I met you, people don't know I've been knowing you about. It's been at least 30 years, right?
Yes.
Seems like it was yesterday, doesn't it?
Well, I wish.
But you don't look any worse for the wear. I look a little worse for the wear, but I heard you on the phone talking about something was bothering you, whether it a knee or a shoulder. You don't know, I was listening.
Oh, okay, both of those.
Both of you had an accident or just that age?
Just that age.
Oh, so you getting old with me?
Yes, sir.
Did you have knee replacement surgery or something?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I see that scar right there. See, you went through all that sports and never had to do any of that. Then when you get older, all that stuff come back on you. That's the way to look at it?
That's the way to look at it, but I had to get it together so I can continue to do what I do every day.
Right, because I'm starting to have a few things. I got this little cartilage thing in one of my knees, so luckily I'm a swimmer, so I don't have to put as much weight on it. I can just swim. And biking, I heard you say you were biking too.
Yes.
Right. Speaking of staying in shape and moving, we're here at the PAL program, which is a part of the Youth Relations Center. I want you to kind of summarize to our viewing audience how all of this comes together and where we are and this nice facility.
Okay, this facility came about as a vision of our new chief, Chief Diggs, when he came into town. He's a PAL kid, so he was real strong on making sure that that concept of his vision was fulfilled. So we actually pursued this facility. We already had our boxing program, which is state and nationally known as a part of this facility. So as putting us all together now with the youth relations team, and then also we're also providing other programs in the community, but we have a building that we can actually call our home. So this is the vision of bridging the gap between the police department and our community by having this facility. I'm
so glad you mentioned that, because about 5 or so years ago when the chief first came to Fort Myers, and he's done a marvelous job since that time. I was the first person that he gave a television interview with, and he talked about his vision to have a building and a PAL program in the future, similar to what he had up in Ohio, and now to see it come to reality. And we'll be talking to the chief in the coming weeks here as we do 4 weeks of shows. It's just a dream come true. And the concept, what happens here, we mentioned boxing, but it's a wide range of youth activities that are taking place here, and you guys put some emphasis on academics as well, right?
Yeah, we have, as always, the core is going to be education, giving the kids an opportunity to come here, provide tutors and assistants to help them. But the thing about it is we actually want to get our officers involved in that concept as well. So when these kids come in, we want to have them to actually sit down with a tutor if necessary, but we want to have a officer as well, be a commandant for them as well, so kids can actually see them in a different light. That's the whole concept here. We also have youth groups that come in from the community as well, and we teach them different programs like Know the Law. We take them through scenarios, skits, so they can actually see, our officers in a different view. So that's one of the assets for this new facility.
Right. So when we say Police Athletic League, that is really all primarily about police officers interacting with the youth, and it's a nationwide program. It's not just here in Fort Myers. Give people some scope, because I know when I was a little child, I played football for PAL. I didn't play baseball because I was scared. I mean, I had a bad experience, but I ended up, swimming and all that other stuff in the PAL program. Once I tried to catch that ground ball, man, it came by my eye.
Yeah.
I said, no baseball for me, but good luck to everybody who played baseball, because the guys in the neighborhood, they got to travel all over on airplanes and things that are coming out of the projects in Birmingham as a part of going to the World Series for PAL. Go ahead.
That's a good thing you brought that up, because that's what PAL is about. It's getting the kids out of the community, giving them exposure. We're affiliated with what they call Florida State PAL. Also, we're affiliated with National PAL. The mentoring components that we're going to offer our kids will give them opportunities to go to week-long trainings, be on the steering committee to set up some of these events that kids actually put together and then attend and actually mentor each other. That's state and national. That's one of the things that I like about the exposure that national and state PAL gives us, an opportunity to give our kids in Fort Myers a chance to leave Fort Myers, see some kids like them, actually see these kids doing productive things, and then come back home and be the voice.
I know when you were doing what you do, Keith, because I know you just love working with children, it's not really work for you. A lot of times you probably say, man, I wish they had something like this when we were coming up. We would have really been taking advantage of it. Is that fair to say?
Well, we kind of laid on each other. We had a lot of community people that were mentors to us. Some of those names, Middlebrooks and Wares and Pearlie Gibsons, those people are actually people that steered us in the right direction. But we also leaned on each other. We were always with each other. We had a lot of friends that we leaned on as kids that we actually competed against, played with, fought with, but the next day we were still friends. Hopefully we can get back to that concept with our kids.
Now, right now we're sitting out here in East Fort Myers in what people may know as Shady Oaks, and there's something else with this park. What's the park name right here, this big park close to?
The one across the street is Terry Park.
Right, people familiar with Terry Park. The fact that we're sitting out here, is that some particular reason we're out here? Only people from this area can take advantage of this facility, or you got people coming in from everywhere?
Well, PAL is very diverse. We have people coming all the way from Cape Coral, Alva. Our boxing program definitely exposes us to a lot of different people from the community. My football program, also people are coming across the bridge, just to be a part. It's the PAL brand. It's our time in Fort Myers to show PAL, people that PAL is a strong program. And also it's gonna, bridge the gap between our officers in the community. So, I mean, I'm up for the job.
I'm really cool, man, feeling so cool. I'm sitting here, I got a boxing rink over my shoulder. I don't know if I bragged before, but I was a Golden Gloves boxer when I was a child. And I got a chance to experience a lot of things. The first time I went out of town, went to Tennessee, I boxed up in Chattanooga. Yeah. And every now and then when I get with the Willis boys, I spar with them and just do some little shadow boxing. Like, oh, Lee, you come out, you had some skills. Speaking of the Willis boys, they came out of PAL a long time ago. I remember they were part of the PAL program. But you have a champion who comes here and volunteers, Tiara. She's not here today, but talk about her, the Olympic prospect she was, and she was a world champion, and she's here working with the children in the boxing rink.
Yeah, those footprints you just mentioned with the Willis brothers and the foundation they started with our PAL boxing program is part of what Tiara comes from. She's a part of that. She was actually a part of that program when Larry Willis and the Willis boys was involved. Tiara actually, started there. She wanted to be a boxer. She surprised everybody, but she stuck with it. She actually made it, got good enough to go to the Olympics and actually win, and then she became a champion. And like you said, every day she's here.
Really?
She's pushing the kids.
Volunteering.
She's volunteering. She's pushing the kids. She's giving them
back home
character. She's big on the character part.
Okay.
Of learning how to be a champion, how to win, and how to be humble enough to understand how much the work that you put in shows your result.
How does one become a part of the PAL program? People are looking at this now, they're saying, hey, I want my children over there. I want them to be a part of this. What's happening here that in the summertime? What do? Do they go on field trips? We see all the games and different video that's showing on the screen, but what are some things and how much money I gotta pay? Go.
Okay, right now, there's no price for any of our programs. We also let our kids, be a part of it if they need a scholarship for some of our fee-based programs, which is football and cheer. We'll actually sponsor that. But coming here to this facility, we're not going to charge them. We want them to come here because there's a need. This program is going to be targeted for middle and high school. One of the gaps we have in the community, most programs in the community serve underage kids all the way up to 14. We want to provide a different gap for them. We want to give them a chance to come here, use this arcade room, use this education room, use boxing, and some of the other opportunities we offer with mentoring, financial literacy, some of the things we're going to be doing. We're going to have a real diverse program, and we're going to listen to the kids to tell us what they need, and then we'll adjust it to what they need.
Pretty nice having a building this size so you can put on all those activities, right?
Yes, sir. I'm glad to have it. The city of Fort Myers, granted us this building, and now it's our turn to show them what we can do for the city, provide these, programs for our kids, and make sure that we keep them out of trouble.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to have people coming out to speak to the children as well? I want to get on your speaking list.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I'll drag Joe North in here, and then we'll get in the ring, and it'll just be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, we want to do all that. We want to make sure that we keep them connected and let them see people like them doing productive things in our community.
Mm-hmm. Now, the Youth Relations Center, big picture, some of those things you were talking about, counseling and some other things that's going to eventually take place here where people can get other services.
Okay, yeah, the program is continuing to grow. Chief Diggs is hiring people that from the department that work with homeless directly.
Right.
He has people that work with underprivileged kids that have, gotten into some situations, might be a runaway, might be just, out of their home environment because of a situation, and they are put into a center. But we have people that work for the police department that's a part of this team that's going to be working hand in hand with me. They're going to provide those resources for those kids and the adults. Because a lot of times dealing with a kid, he might have a home problem with his parent. So we might need to provide that service, and we're going to have a lot of resources here. We're open to bringing in anything, like you said, mentors, people that want to talk to our kids and provide, different resources to them. This place is going to be open for all of that.
Mm-hmm. Now, when the pandemic was here, did you totally shut down the PAL program? What was going on here in PAL in general during the pandemic? Because we're kind of coming out of that now, right?
Yeah, we were lucky at that time because this building has been under renovation, just getting it prepared for us to provide our program. And it so happened when the pandemic hit, we were able to get some of those things done, upgrading the ACs, upgrading the building, getting some paint done, to make sure that when the kids come in here, they see a nice facility, not just a building that was handed to them. So hopefully, they'll say, hey, this is important, and I'm a part of it now. So,
What's your overall thought about the Fort Myers police chief and his commitment? That's Chief Derek Diggs, who looks like he's going to be signing a new contract by the time this show airs. He'll be signing another, renewed his contract. What's your thoughts about his commitment to what you guys are doing here?
I think he's 100% committed to what we're doing because when we have conversations, he told me how important our role is. And, for a lot of people that don't know about PAL, we're here to tell you that it's the oldest youth program, crime prevention program in America.
Okay.
So a lot of people don't know that, but it's the oldest one. And it's, like I said, it's nationally known. You can go anywhere in the United States and find a PAL program.
How do people tap into it? How do youth roll? How do they enroll? How do they get registered? That type of thing.
Right now, we're currently working on our enrollment online, so we can get people to go to our website, which is FortMyersPAL.net, and you can actually look at our website, see some of the activities our kids are doing. We've been doing registration for like basketball and football manually until we get our building up and going. But once we do, we're going to be just like everybody else. You'll even be able to link to us through the police department. Even on their website, you'll be able to link into the PAL program. Hopefully, we'll be able to get our officers at some time to be our voice. They can actually engage kids in the community and give them our resources to come here. So this is the vision of what we want to do in this community. Our officers should be able to say, hey, listen, you having a little trouble, you need some activities to do, here's a brochure from PAL. Call Keith White, and we can get you involved in something positive.
All right, man. Well, I like to compliment you. I know you as it relates to PAL. It looks like you've been doing this about 4 years.
2.5 now.
Right, seems like 4.
Yeah.
But you always been working with youth, and we're just fortunate to have you in this particular capacity, somebody who knows the community from the grassroots level. You know people up in the ivory towers, and you know people who are at the lower end trying to make ends meet, and you can relate to everybody and bring them together. So keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, Lee. Like I said, appreciate you having me here.
All right, let me bump you out, Frat.
All right.
As the saying goes on this particular show, for those who say it can't be done, they're usually interrupted by those like Keith White, the program coordinator for the Police Athletic League, who are doing it. We'll be right back.
Lee Pitts Live is a Lee Pitts Enterprise production.
Hello, Southwest Florida. Thanks for watching Lee Pitts Live. Of course, I'm Lee Pitts. I hope you enjoy that particular show, but you can always catch us here on YouTube. Just click on the subscribe button down there. That way you can get your Lee Pitts Live on demand when you want it and how you want it. We also encourage you to watch our show on Fox 4 and connect with us on all our social media platforms. Just type in Lee Pitts Live.